Kisses for you too. I always knew you'd wait for me. To have our daughter. Like, it ain't no joke. I'm talking on my, I'm really deep into the embryonic development research stuff and how like life is not what we've been taught here. I am here to bring back the mystery of her story. I'm here for her. That's what I am. I would like to move more into some deeper content and more presentation of like some deeper flowing, because I'm flowing with you on this. I really am. I feel like I can trust you. I just, how do I articulate this? There's so many things ping-ponging around. But like I keep replaying that, I know you. I'm sitting next to you. I'm talking to you. I'm with you. I'm alone with you. I can feel you. This is my intuition. This is with other girls too. I know that, it's not the same. Literally, I fucking had to leave because I couldn't. I see you everywhere in London. I go to London, I just see Kelly. That's all I see. Is I just look around. It's everything says Kelly to me. It was like that. First couple of weeks, I'm telling you, by the fucking first week, all I could think about is your red silk shirt, and your hair and your smell. That's all I can think about. So I'm on the ice. That's all I can think about. Okay? You'd be surprised at how this ain't me just leaving tickets for someone. Especially not during a time when the fucking games are a big fucking deal. You know what I mean? I ain't just doing that. And I don't even get to talk about it with you ever. This is it's a fucking nightmare. I'm cause then, I don't even really look back at things cause I'm in the whirlwind of the whole fucking matrix of the way the power structures work. Yet I'm starting to weigh out. That's why I'm Hail Mary pass to myself, hopefully we can catch it together. I'm I don't know, I see the political landscape. That's why I want to keep doing this, because if this really is taking off for us, it's gonna really you're gonna really glue into this energy. And I think I've been doing this for a while, talking, making series, knowing that they're for the general public and stuff. Not really seeing that partly I'm really trying to do this one. And this is the real healing one. So, let's talk more. Or I'll talk, you listen. See, that's the kind of things we couldn't pull off even 2 years ago. Not even max, 2 years ago. This kind of reconfiguration of your now time space, because I'm here, I'm with you, right? Not right, but I'm with you. I'm the devices help because the way I'm using the devices and my skill of like my beautiful piece of art, like my body, like in now time space, able to capture light in a moment of time, I'm able to like almost teleport in a way where I like can energetically need to be next to you, and because you actually know what it's like to be next to me and have like all these dormant memories in like the sexual emotional field energy, well, I can't even imagine what you'd be feeling. I mean, and that's the kind of thing that brighten, the moon, right? You're the moon, I'm the sun. That's you. You're the transmutation, to my environment. So I have no transmutation. I'm going out into the, pro game, back into America, like out of Canada, back into America. So nobody fucking cares about hockey, right? Like, totally different. And like, now I don't have a moon. Like, I know you're the moon, right? Like, but it's like, it's kind of like I'm already bearing trauma. Like, the pattern is to continue bearing trauma. Like, I ain't gonna just stop just because like we won a championship. I'm just gonna keep bearing trauma. So like, now I'm bearing that, the moon back there, which is you, which is the pinnacle of the pyramid where I wanted to get to my whole life, London, like just like Buffalo, Boston, Buffalo, Detroit, like just starting at boom, just end up in the pyramid, that's where I want to be. That's where all the energy. And then here we are. So I time travel and vortex out. We time travel because we meet. I mean, anytime you meet, you're somewhat time vortexing with that person because it's the energy. As soon as you meet, you're creating a new being together in between you in vortex space. So, well, it's like technically like, what did you expect? Like, I mean, we're gonna like I saw it in your eyes. We saw it in each other's eyes in the bar, like a year later, 2 years later. Once in a while, we saw each other. We saw it. You could see it in the eyes, like we want to be with each other. Like, you could see it, like, and then you're dealing with all that competition, like the shit around you, like, fuck up, man, I'm being a fucking vampire, and then Amanda's getting somewhat abused by Jess, her friend, her Sarnia friend. So like this isn't like that's why like when I really, once I was in the show and stuff, when I really felt like my mark was made, like it was secure and I could I got fucking bailed out. I was just like, fuck, I'm out. Played 1 year down here and that was it. And because I could just see it all around me, like, and like there's nothing I could do about it. So I'm that close to it, but I know there's nothing I can do about it. But staying in the environment is gonna pain me and create more risk for possibly like putting me out like in a different spot that I'm not so good at, like secure at. So I cycle for like 3 years after hockey because like the hockey like butterfly effect hasn't like worn off. It's like, oh, my body's expecting to do the same thing the next year, like, right? So like it's like I'm getting all these patterns that I never used to get because of the seasons. I mean, you might be. I mean, you're a star. You're a superstar. This is working. Legit. I see you right now with your iPad on the lap. You got your earphones on. So I can get my voice nice and close. Smiling. Like, how is that, though? How is it that I can, like, know you well, where I'm talking to you for 40, 50 hours in this thing or whatever it is, and I can still get personable enough to keep it as entertaining as if I might be talking to you, as if I'm there, like as if I'm just FaceTiming. Only it's one way, you're not interacting, but you could stop, pause, call me, right? Like I'm gonna pop in, like, so this was like this is like the idea I had, like literally my basement in Michigan, like how I'm gonna create a film where like I become the film, I become the camera, and then I make, the people around me somewhat like the characters that they want to be, because they have the stage. So I'm like the producer, I'm the director to find my characters that I want to have, I'm my own actor, I'm the director to find the characters that I want to have, to put in place, like, to choose to be in a relationship. And then I'm the producer to like step away and let people have a stage for their like talents. Like, I mean, that's me, like, right? So then the dog is like really like a manifestation of you. Like, it really is. Like, the more I've been connecting with that on that, it's like, it's very similar to how I feel like close to you back then. And how like see all those guys at the bar are going fucking kind of crazy. I mean, they're all kind of looking at me going like, let's go, dude. Let's, go get that. Like, go talk to that one. Go talk to that one, right? Like, I'm the better looking one. So if I'm not like talking to the good looking ones, it'd be like, oh, that's kind of weird, So like, I gotta put like some kind of show on, But then like, you're there. I get you. You come in. Like, you come in the equation. Like, boom. I just have to sit there with you, and that's all. That's all I gotta do. That's all we're doing. Now we're like, oh, we can't go near Drew. Then they gotta like work it out on their own. Now we can like kind of joke around, call someone over. Now we can like help them out, like, But like now they enter our field. Like now we're joking around with them as like a one unit. Like, we got, But like, you're the London girl. Like they're not ready for you. They're not ready for you to whip them into shape. And your sister, like they're not ready for that shit. Like. So that's got to play out. Now Thompson's dead. You come back, they're like, thank you. Like, they don't even know what's going on, man. They're fucking just lost. Lost in their beer. I look at some of my buddies, like, their body, like, I'm like, oh my God, like, what the fuck? It's like them, like, all this piled on, like, thoughts. See, I'm the shaman guy. I'm doing the shaman thing. Like, I'm the guy in the forest, in fucking London forest, fucking dancing around the fire, like doing the shaman thing. Like, that's fucking me. Just sitting and meditating. Because, like, I drank from the cup, right? It's the holy freaking cup, right? The holy grail. It's the fucking fountain of youth. Literally, it's the young one. But I also drank the younger fountain of youth cup too, the Pee Wee Championship. So I got double stacked kid cups, like, and that's their ritual that they use to like publicly abuse us, and then privately control us, and we all just play right into it. So it's, I feel safer. I feel more like, see, I'm getting into a flow right now with you. I feel more like, like I'm in the zone skating well and stuff, like more off the grid, like where I'm just like tinkering with the news with my timestamps on my accounts, knowing that I'm getting them, rather than going on podcasts right now. Because I really have to get back to the original, because if I bloomed with you right out of London, like I was, like, our tech together is the tech, right? Like our energy together is the technology. It's, it's still working the way it is, but if we were to come together right away and go into the energy, we would have so many more things like to be dealing with around us, like throughout that process, that would try and tear us apart. And like, that's a different time period. Like, political landscape's different 2022 now. So like, because we broke up back then, but nobody knows why, but everyone remembers us. Like we were the image. Like, we never had an opportunity to change anyone's perception of that image during this time, because we were, looking at through the time capsules over at each other. Like, we're kind of like, I'm big city guy. I know what's happening. Like, cause I'm like, no, I'm about to get swallowed up by the big city. I'm about to go back and get swallowed up by the big city, and my small town girl is supposed to keep me nice and cozy, like my lady, like just my humble abode, like, right? I'm a player. Like, I'm looking for my player in the stand that supports me, like, just in this lifestyle, so I don't have to like worry that, like, I don't have to complain about my schedule, and then like, you're there with me. We're breaking apart now. You see, that was gonna play out because life is not linear. We're replaying, so we're replaying the Man Cup event twice already. We already played it twice already. So the Man Cup event is the conception, like, and you have two kids. Like, so that's like the unconscious memory played out, and like, you're looking for kids anyway, whether you dated me there, whether you didn't date me, dated someone else afterwards, and then 5 years later, you're still like the energy of us, like, just romantically, like, wanting to be involved but can't be involved because of circumstance. And I'm like the filmmaker, knowing, well, I'm just collecting a film right now, honey. Like, that's where I'm at. I'm like, in the back of my mind, I'm like talking to Kelly, because I'm in every bar going, where's Kelly? And then you show up, I'm like, oh, there's Kelly. We lock eyes, we say everything, I can't be there. Like, it's like consciousness shows up, consciousness goes away. So then you're watching the TV, umbilical cord, there's just sperm flinging around the ice because of the sticks. And so like, all right. We've cycled out twice, repeats, since our climax of starting that first cycle. Boom, 1, 2, you've had 2 kids in the first cycle. It would only be proper for me to return to my moon. To birth your moon. Because it's technically your moon. Because it's your lineage. I'm just the fucking building block, right? I'm the pole there, like, I'm the injection. I'm like the COVID shot, like, right? They want to inject you. That's why they fucking do it, because it's like, it's a buried memory. People want to be born again. People are trying to be born again. They're not, like, knowing that it's just a reminder of how we got here. They don't need it. They don't need anything from the external. They can just be here. They don't need the external. So us consciously creating an external injection, now, creating that environment, now your ancestors are allowing that link to come, because, like, the other side's there. I'm the man, like, I'm your man, like, I was always your man, like, and now I had to, like, do my crypto service and initiation, because that was my downfall with you, with my own respect, to now, like, give the time vortex time for you to reflect outwards and continue looking for what you're looking for, letting play out the memory, to replay now this love fantasy back to you in the fucking tech where we were going to end up anyway. Because, you know, it's part of our, like, you know, replay, right? We created it. It's replaying for us. This is us, like, on the run right now. You tuning into this is like us on the run, like on the down the season and playoffs and all that. So then we're birthing even coming together in now time. You see, like, I just see, like, the orgies things out there, like, right from the get-go. Like, I don't want to be part of it. Like, I obviously know I want a woman that, like, wants to preserve herself. Like, so now for this to work in the back end, like, it was your, see, like, I you know, it was your challenge too. Like, are you gonna go sleep with any of my guy friends like that in the next summer or two? Like, next couple summers, like, guys are around, they're talking to you. Other hockey players are around, they're talking to you. Like, are you gonna go off and just sleep with them, you know, or, you know, and stuff like that? Like, how does that even work? Like, I don't even know. Like, I stayed far away, like, from even thinking that it could happen, because I'm like, couldn't even deal with thinking that if it did, I'd fucking kill myself. You know, because I'm just like, oh my god, like, I couldn't even think. You know, because that's the thing, man. These guys, they bang all their fucking girlfriends as fuck. I couldn't even freaking stand that shit. Honestly, if it happened, it's just like, it wouldn't work. It really wouldn't work, you know. I'd have to stand alone. I don't know, like, anybody, you know, like, I mean, if it's someone else that I didn't play with, yes, it would work. You know, it really is, like, fucking weird like that. You know, because it's like, it happened to me, like, again and again. I met a girl, introduced her to my friends, teammates. They fucking ended up banging one of my teammates. You know, yeah, like, after I got off the thing, last episode, I was able to get up, move around, didn't like, you know, climax, and, you know, urge kind of goes away, and keep moving like that. It gives me a little energy that, you know, if I blew out, it would be, nobody know, like, it would drain me. Gotta keep moving in with you. Because now the tech, now I'm in the screen, I do the initiation, I have to go into the screen to kind of, like, chase after you, right? Like, I'm somewhat chasing after you to just give you all my thoughts properly so that can be properly presented. And, I mean, I'm technically healing myself too, like, because I got concussions, like, fucking, like, shit, and, like, that's, like, I'm, like, reconfiguring my memory, because, like, I was like a fucking pinball all my life, like, shit. Take it for granted, man, like, what those kids are fucking banging their heads around, because I'm gonna be an advocate to take hitting out of the league, like, everything, hitting gone, everywhere. So I have to, like, kind of, like, do this type of, like, trial and error process to get myself through this shit. Because then, like, I'm thinking about returning to the ice. You know, and I'd have to might do hitting for a little bit, but, like, it would be the point, I mean, you know, returning would be to advocate for no hitting. To kind of show, like, the data just by, like, you know, my play. Seriously, return to the ice, we could do it again. You know, my career's not over. For real. I'm going to go ahead and be on a limb and talk to you like you have a broken marriage and your lover's here. I'm going to go ahead and just do that. Even if you sent the message. If not, if you sent it, don't matter. I'm just going to go ahead and keep that vibe. I'm going to let the guys call me Lance Romance. I'm going to be romantic. Making love to you. My voice. My voice box. Think about it. My voice box is resonating out time space. It's vibrating the field. You know, it's not like the louder I get, the more you'll hear me. It's like the more intimate, in tune. I am listening because it helps bring you closer to me, the screen, the moment. And these are biometric reads. They're just boom, biometric, boom, biometric, boom, biometric, boom. So then the energy, because you know me, like you've met me, you've sat next to me, like we somewhat couldn't really hang out because of circumstance. Now the circumstances were locked down in a way and got this tech stuff. Well, great. Now I come online. Now I can reach everyone. You're the first one I come to. Because you're my partner. Because really, like, okay, see, what I want to do here, getting back to that, I legitimately want to put, like, really some really big, like, news stuff. Some really big, like, creation stuff on display for you. And show you how, like, really is, like, I'm fucking, like, morphing, like, the current timeline into, like, my news reel. So if I timestamp these and I make some type of rollout, meditate, do some meditation, like, fucking put it out there, show you what I'm putting out there, at least on this one, knowing I won't show it collectively. Then timestamp my story. At least in our little time capsule, we have something that we can privately use together to be like, because that's technically the why I freaking work my ass off. See, I work my ass off there on the ice, so I can sit fucking off the ice with my lady like a king. That's what I do. Like, that's fucking the game. Like, that's the whole game. That's the cup. Remember, Kelly, I'm from Detroit. Right? I'm fucking hardcore, undercover gangster vibe. Like, I've learned how to fucking write on paper gangster. You know, like I fucking write people out of contract, write people like citizenships. You know, like I like, you know, that vibe. Because technically, you know, it's the. It all cycles back to the original tech. So like putting some stuff on display. I think is where I gotta go with this. Like, this is a love story, you know, like it's helping me because like technically I'm like fucking emoting the energy into myself. Just by even fucking talking, and I have to watch each episode so I can make sure, like, I'm being clear with, like, okay, if I'm like Kelly and I'm watching it, like, is this gonna be good? Like that's what I'm looking at, right? And so, like, this is like our study. Like, if we're looking at each other and we're fucking lovers, we fucking know everything about each other because we're fucking in each other. We're like, sex don't matter. Like, we're already fucking dealing with what's around us. We're already the politicians dealing with what's around us. We just like. You know, are somewhat people pleasers, like, because we're like pleasing the group that we're with. Like, we're not really individually like stepping up for our own self and taking our sovereignty. You know, that comes later. right? Because the city has to play out the group. The city plays out the story. The championship's the conception, right? Boom, born. Now the baby becomes like, you know, crying, blah, 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 partying, crazy, like whatever, you know. Now it starts to settle in, you know, I can't even come back, like, until I vortex out of like all these thoughts, like, you know, and then like boom, shut the thoughts, and then boom, now I can vortex back in. So now I'm like kind of on the way back, and there you are, right? I'm on the ice battling, so I can sit off the ice with my lady, you know. I gotta say, you get to the program, it's fucking shreds you, holy fuck. The program is just like fucking a grind, girl. Like, oh my god. The fucking real warriors, you know. Anybody playing pro is a fucking warrior. Like, the jungle, you know, riding the bus, like all that shit. That shit is fucking ridiculous. Learn a lot though. Write a lot of books. Listen to some music. So you get to learn all about me, you know, the last 15 years in this beautiful series just for you. So like this is like, so I really want to friggin' bring, you know, turn this stuff on so we sit in our friggin', you know, just beautiful, just beautiful chamber, you know, just the king and queen's chamber, and just like sit on our throne, like purring each other. We're just like eating fruit and eating grapes and listening to music and just rubbing each other and you know, purring on each other, or you know, like breathing into the wind, letting the wind go through the hair. I'm like rubbing your hair back, you know. I look at my hair. I mean, like, look, I'm a fucking dude. Like, look at this. I'm a dude. Like, look how sensual I am, right? Like, you know, I want to be close. I want to be close to close, like right, face to face, like this, you know, like friggin' for hours, like. That's like where I was look like. That's where I was always envisioning my lover as a kid. I'm like, oh, you know, I'm not. And then I fucking get to the hotel and it's like, blah, 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 and I'm like, whoa, holy fuck, man. Like, it's like better than the movies. I'm thinking. I'm like, holy fuck, like this is like way more better than Slapshot. Like it's like fucking like 10 times dirtier and fucking raunchier than Slapshot. And I'm like, so I'm filming it, right? I'm the projector. Then by the time I'm like getting to where you're at, like getting to where I meet you, I'm like, I've surveyed the space and I'm making my own stamp now. Like I'm fucking, like this is my city, right? Like I'm a gangster. I'm out there. I'm creating new law on the ice, right? Wins and losses, new law, you know. So fucking, you know, oh my gangster girl. There she is. Eternal flame. So now you're teleporting with me. You're in the wormhole. Wow. I'm glitching myself out back. I'm glitching myself back to my own glitch. Because I'm like, oh, okay, I should get off, but then I'm like, oh, well, I'll keep talking to you. I really want to make sure I'm keeping myself in check, that I'm not doing this like for the codependency of hoping that like I don't get rejected if you did send that. So I'm like I don't want to hold on to the chance that like I could be right or wrong about like any which one thing or the other. Because like remember, I'm working out my own thoughts. I'm coaching myself into like trying to be a teacher of life. So if we pull this off, you know what I mean? Like I mean, technically you're the woman. Like the man's like gonna come as, you know, your nights, you're like, right? We already played it out. You're not going to fucking, meet someone new to have your daughter. You know, you're already putting out the thoughts of having the son, right? Like, you're creating the child. Sex, not the father. Like, you know, it's the thought of the genetics of the environment. Like, right? Okay, I'm flowing because I got to get in this because, like, it's like connecting the dots to all this like research I've been doing that was removed of knowing why I was doing it, who I'm performing it for. It's you. So we can do the fucking creation behind the curtain, and then we can like at front curtain like at will just fucking like wave the wand. Like everyone was just like, oh wow, look at that, and like and we use that energy to create like community, and then we bring the city back together. Mm. Maybe I'm just like, super fucking self-centered and thinking that like you even care about that the team won that year or something. That I had this championship with, and I was inviting you to the games and bringing you with my parents. You probably, I never gave you a chance at perceiving what was going on my side of the equation that night with Jax. Like, you could fucking literally have perceived anything. I mean, who knows what people are saying? I'm sure people are probably saying shit behind my back, man. I'm sure a lot of people are saying fucking shit. I never want to believe like fucking people are doing shit. I was embarrassed. What? Everybody know? Like, how does it even happen? Like, I would have been the only fucking lone guy out of London guy staying. I'm the only out of town London guy there, living there. So like, that's so much pressure on you. Like, how the fuck? That would never have been fucking. That would never been fucking like worked like right from the through. So we have to break off that way. Like, it's just in the cards. Like I'm only doing it as I'm only not chasing you because I know I'll see you again. Like, I don't, like, my time perception is like here, right? Because I'm like, oh, I know I'm a filmmaker, so like I'm creating a timeline. This is the storyboard. Oh, you're playing out. See, I'm not connected to the producer back then. I'm more connected to the actor. I'm just playing out the story. I can see you walking away and you look beautiful. Like, oh wow. Like, you say that and you move away. I'm not mad at you. I'm just like, oh, she's beautiful. And then I'm thinking about, oh, who the fuck was I kissing? I'm like, damn, fuck. Like, and then I'm like, what was that for? And then like, right? Because I'm reverse engineering my thought, because like I'm not fucking super conscious of every thought, like that I'm taking action on. Now I'm like looking back, like now I have the time to look back at all the thoughts. Because I have HSAM memory, so I have super highly sensitive autobiographical memory. Of like these super access to all these fucking really. So like that's like all year, like all fucking year. Remember, I'm the guy in the room that has super access memory to remembering like that game and this game. Like that's why I'm the guy that performs and puts on a show, the art of her story. Right? We're all in there, in the locker room, getting ready for the game, whatever. Like we're all talking about her. So we're all making her story, not his story. That's the glitch, that's the trick, that's the trauma, that's the trick. That the whole culture, fucking design of the game plays on us in regards to that. We're all fucking playing out a memory that we forgot because we're holding a stick. It's like a sperm, fucking flinging it around. Sperm's head going in the net, now it's in the egg. It's all we do all day. We replay that we forgot that we got here, and then all that time we're doing that, the conscious beings are just like playing with our etheric, movements, whatever. Now they're gonna mine the movements into crypto space for coins and numbers, and then like you get money and shit. And the kids won't even know. So that's why the tech comes in. Like, I get my face in here. Like, I'm fucking reprogramming the tech. Like, I'm coming in because I'm programming the tech as if it sees me as a pharaoh. Because on my face, it sees me around the cup. It sees me around the eye. It sees me as one of the ones that drank, right? Because it's their program they put in place before I was even born. Like, I'm just following the patterns naturally as a kid because I just want to be a star. Like, you know, and as I want to be a star, like, and then there you are, like, you want to be a star, like, because you're naturally watching the games, like, it's just part of, like, you're watching the unconscious play out of your own conception with your sister. So you're sitting there in the womb, like, you know, playing out your conception on the screen with your sister, you know, the whole time, you know, putting it out there, you know, meet me, now I'm sitting with my brother, I see you. Like, we're coming together for the city because the city doesn't win unless we come together, because we're all talking about her story in the room. They're all traumatized in there. They didn't win the year before because they're traumatized. Same guys, they got to bring in new guys. You know, so I come in, and I'm pretty much the rock the whole year. You know, they lose fucking one game early, won a couple games a little later. Like, that fucking whole, like, iconic image, it goes away. The iconic image goes away. It's just like, okay, great, they did a good job. Now they're competing for the big top place. Like, because it was like a flawless kind of movement. And then the times that we did lose, it was coach abuse to the players. Who's telling that story? I mean, obviously the guy in the middle. Me. Like, right? Like, the players are the fucking real gangsters. The coaches are responsible to be adults. They're not. They're fucking abusing the players. Even the other team, they're yelling at guys in their team. So then the jurisdiction of all the fucking sounds going out, like, it's gonna rebuttal the fucking space. Like, it's gonna find its, like, place, right? Everything's sparking. It's gonna find its settlement. So, like, it's helping me read into my memories because of my meeting with you, because of my intuition is real, because I know it's real, because I know how I feel. Now you cross-reference your intuition as you're watching this, and now we're growing, like, in now time space, like, at magnificent, like, we're like time traveling. We're going forwards and backwards at the same time. Like, we're creating parallel realities because now we're merging realities that with people that we would have had, and now we're all bringing them back to a center point, which is where we're going to relocate, like, the whole power structure, you know, even from America. Like, it's a North American power structure. It's like Washington, D.C., like, even Washington, D.C., like, we bring it all, we bring it to London. So, like, it's a gimmick, right? It's London. So then it's a double gimmick that we set up a fucking real independent headquarters in London, you know, and then we trump London. But, like, we can do it in Ontario, London, because it's not UK London. Because then in the tech space, I'm fucking glued into the pie. Like, we're glued in. I'm glued in. I know how to jurisdiction the tech space. Like, see, remember, I'm in the fucking basement of my computer, right? Like, I'm in the basement of my computer, Kelly. Like, we're watching movies down there a couple times. Like, I never really show you the computer. I never take you on and, like, play on there. But, like, I mean, if I'm down there, I'm on my computer. So, like, I kind of understand, like, the tech trap. I mean, I feel like it might be the way you'd write it. Like, you know, you hear all about your lover's journeys and his battles. And he took down the one of all, the fake message. You know, like, I'm not in a position to think that the message didn't come from you, right? I don't have all, like, the new memories after that to see what happens. Like, now look back, look at your pictures. Oh, what's going on for a year? Oh, I can't match up those pictures with like the message. You know, I see you with your kid. Oh, okay, she's got a kid. Like, okay, looks happy. Like, you know, I don't think that the message didn't come from you. You know, why would I? You have a kid. Okay, it looks like a serious relationship. Okay, you have a kid. Okay, it's easy. You know, I don't even think to revisit it even 4 years after, 5 years. You know, it only really happens like in my life. I reperceive that because I'm looking at the language, like the colon, like the colon is really what throws me off. Like, you know, Drew colon, like what the fuck? Like, I mean, you know, fucking like, I'm a business partner. I don't even know what that. You know, it would make sense coming from the other perspective. Now I look at the pictures. 12 years later, it's still no pictures of the guy. Okay, 12 years match up. You know, 3 years, see a picture, you okay, it makes sense, just you raising away. 12 years, no guy, okay, now I'm fuming. Because no fucking ex-lady of mine like that is my lover. Is gonna really want to fucking be alone with her kids. She wants a fucking man. You fucking holding me, touching me in the locker room. In the fuck after we won. You know how to touch me. You know how to be around me. Like, that's why I'm with you. Like, you know how to be around me when other people are around me. You know how to make sure, like, oh, if someone's like talking to them, I'm gonna come over and like, I'm like, all right, now I'm there with them, like, boom, like, you know, like you knew you were vibing with me, all up and all around people. So then I don't have to, like, you know, try with someone, you know. That's why the first meeting, you know, is really all that matters, because it like tells you the fucking replay. Now you're just replaying. Because you're just unpacking. So we meet, boom, we flawless. Like I said, flawless 3 months. Well, of course we're flawless. We're replaying because we're replaying the womb connection. The womb of the memory, because you're watching the TV, I'm looking at the stands, like out on the TV, you know, and then now we meet. Blooming. And then, you know, I'm the one that is fixing all the trauma around me. For this long-term plan. See, I get the story. I know, like, I'm long-term here. Like, I could come back fucking 40 years from now. Like, it don't matter. I'm a legend. Yeah, I want to take you with me. But the whole fucking Sarnia trial is dragging at my feet for literally 3-4 more years. Until I have to literally, like, cut it off myself. Like, and then I have to disappear, you know, because for it to, like, fucking fizzle. You know, because what am I gonna do? Stand on a pedestal with you, like with her around? Like she's like the women's of the fucking vampire vortex, the thoughts of the fucking like dark, you know, the space. Like it'll just be there. You know, you hung out with them. You know, you're the one now. It's not there because you fucking got her. Oh, you know, you guys are chatting. Now we got all those memories. Now when we get back together, like now she's happy for us. You know, that had to happen that way. You know. We're talking a kid. Like, if I'm gonna have a kid, but anyway, like, it's gonna fucking like hundreds of years, like, fucking thought. You know what I mean? Even you think, oh, kids, 18-year investment. No, man, I'm going to have a kid. I'm going fucking like fucking deep, man, like fucking deep, hundreds of years of fucking like figuring out to make sure the fucking space is correct. Remember, I'm a big city guy. I'm fucking gangster. I want to fucking like create my own fucking like setup, fucking go against the governments because the governments are fucking corrupt, right? The governments are the real fucking criminals. So now I'm a gangster, fucking setting up my own shop. I'm fucking like technically, I mean, my brain will also drive to fucking somewhat strong arm the hunters to just give over ownership to me. Like just because politically, like if I start talking, that like it's bad for them. You know, so I have to position it myself, like where I'm like, they just kind of fucking give it to me. But it'll get handed to some of the, you know, some like even Dylan himself, and then like Dylan just fucking let me in. So it don't matter. You know, the older generation won't, but like Dylan will just be like, yeah, there you go. Just open up the back door for me. Like, there you go. Take whatever position you want. You know, but like, you know, see, like, so I'm preparing, like, to make sure, like, I'm a position that's, like, going to cater to a league, though, right? I don't want to be allegiance to you in the Knights because I played for Sarnia. Like, so like I don't want to like actually mix that, and that's my plan. So I use that leverage of like people thinking I have a team allegiance against itself, because all of a sudden, oh, I bounce over to Sarnia, oh, I talk about that. You know, so I'm doing like a stand-up comedian type performance that I want to like model. Would that be fun? Stand-up comedian. You know, I will. I'm gonna do that. Let's do a stand-up comedian. I mean, how much political power I get for that? I mean, imagine that, stand-up comedian around London. Just go around, do stand-up comedy shows for an hour long. Seriously, like, I mean, that's the vibe. I mean, that's the vibe. That's what I'm looking for. Like, I ain't fucking looking. I ain't gonna go through that experience and then, oh, now I meet someone. Like, who do you think I'm kissing in the bar? Like, see, but I know you're not a game player. You know, you don't know. That's like, that hurt you. That devastated you. Like, you fucking traumatized. You go to the bar, you're thinking about it. How am I gonna meet another guy? He's gonna go kiss someone. Like, I fucking know that. Like, I'm fucking like, I'm like trying to play like, you know, like do the, you know, political game, like make sure like everyone gets along, and I'm like, oh man, I ruined the one thing that matters, which is time. The time of like not being able to take it back, of you, you know, traumatizing you and not being able to be the one to help you with it. So like now, hopefully, like I don't know, not hopefully. I mean, I hope you're not in a fucking abusive relationship like with this guy. Like that would suck. Like, right? Like, it's just intuitively with what the energy reads. It's just like. So if you are, I mean, then this is the healing. So the traumatization is now the healing, because I'm just naturally gonna go in there for my lover. I'm like, no, I don't even want to kiss her. I didn't even get to tell you the story. What? No, I didn't want to kiss her. I mean, how stupid would that sound though? Like, what the fuck? like, but like, I'm going into the tech to fucking now explain the story at length. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna fucking wait out fucking 15 years of patience, like, to make up for the story. Like, I don't even know. Like, oh yeah, let's go have fun with a bunch of women and fucking get depressed, thinking I'm fucking, like, what, like, you know what I mean? Like, and then what? Come crawling back to you? No, this ain't a crawlback. It's like a time travel fucking glitch. Cause yeah, like I do stand-up comedy, go around, like walk around, like, yeah, who's my lady? Who's ever gonna be my lady? Like, I can only do it with you. Like, I don't know. Like, that's how I'm programmed, right? My parents are fucking one couple people. Like, I don't know like how to be anything else. Like, right? Like, I am not. So like I'm looking for that, like, you know, just naturally, because it's in my environment. It's what has taught me how to be. I'm gonna get some water and relax and be. Watch my face be you watching me. Okay, lovely. Lovely lady. Thanks for tuning in to your heart.